percent problem they didn't see coming. I was fired on a Wednesday. Not a Monday too cliché, not a Friday too suspicious. No, Wednesday, the beige of weekdays. Forgettable enough to bury a decision. The CEO, new, energetic, fluent in buzzwords, had been brought in to modernize the company. She'd worn a blazer that screamed disruption and glasses that hadn't seen a prescription since 2019. She sat me down with a smile that reminded me of HR seminars, practiced, polished, and utterly synthetic. Your team's performance is commendable, she began, flipping through a PowerPoint deck that had more gradients than substance. But your methods are traditional. We're embracing digital-first leadership now. Ah, there it was. The word salad. The echo chamber of consultants and TED Talks. I could smell the LinkedIn post forming in her head. Sometimes you have to make tough choices to lead forward. #innovation, #leadership, #painful but necessary. We need leaders who think cloud, act agile, and disrupt at scale, she added. And frankly, you're just not aligned with our new direction. I almost laughed. Not because it was funny, but because the coffee machine behind her, one that I personally approved the purchase of, was still humming from when my team fixed its IoT firmware last week. Still, I said nothing. Just smiled, shook her hand, and walked out with my coat, my cactus, and my silence. No drama, no threats, no last day speech in the lunchroom. Just gone. What she didn't know was that my traditional methods included three things. I actually understood how our systems worked. I knew where the data lived, and what it screamed in silence. And I still had copies of every automation script, sales forecast, and vendor contact saved, off the cloud. By Friday, the first cracks appeared. Revenue dipped. Why? Because the agile new team forgot that bulk orders from our 5 biggest clients came through a custom XML gateway that only my team knew how to maintain. And that gateway? It crashed loudly. By Monday, 2 clients had pulled contracts claiming incompatibility with the new direction. By Tuesday, customer service flooded with tickets. Why? Because our chatbot was modernized to sound like Gen Z memes, and now couldn't process anything beyond LOL or vibe check. By Wednesday, the Wednesday after my firing, the board panicked. The COO resigned to pursue personal growth, the CFO requested early retirement, the CEO, still radiant with PowerPoint slides and digital vision, was suddenly asked to reconsider her future. Meanwhile, I was working, quietly, confidently. Within 2 weeks I'd launched my own consultancy. 3 of my former clients followed me, then 5, then 10. My new company? Legacy and Logic, tagline, we fix what vision breaks. They called me eventually. Of course they did. An email first, then a call. Then an invitation to return as a strategic advisor. I politely declined, but I did offer a package. Digital First Rescue, $800 HR, minimum 40 hours, paid up front. No slack. Moral of the story? When you remove the brain because it doesn't look modern enough, don't act surprised when the body stops functioning.